Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cornerstone SMP. I am back here working on the base. As much as I enjoy getting to participate in other people's projects, I'm really excited to return to my own as well. And you can see there behind me that what I'm working on, it's a big purple worm, an earthworm. We have the big turtles over here, you know, the original starter base, and we have some, I think, pretty conventional architecture over there. So I felt like breaking that side of the river up a bit with some, you know, oversized weird organisms would be great. It's still a work in progress though, especially the face of the worm. It's not terrible, I don't think, but it's just a bit hard to really make out all the facial features. And I'm thinking about changing that up completely so that it's more of a big open mouth, like the sandworms in Dune or the Demogorgon. But what I already really love and I'm happy with is the shape of the body, the way that it wraps around the cliffside and how organic it looks. I think that's really turned out great. And I'm also planning on adding a second worm, a worm friend, to the left, made out of warped wood. Okay, so we now have two worms, the worm friends, and you can see I changed the face up a lot. You can't even really call it a face anymore. But yeah, I think that's actually way more terrifying than what we had before. You can really like feel that latching onto your face if you had a really big face. And you can also see there on the crimson one I mixed in some of the stripped stems to try and give it some texture. I'm still playing around with that. I'm probably gonna do that a little bit on the rest of the worm, you know, on the body and then on the warped one as well. Just, you know, make it a bit more interesting and not as just bland looking. And then again with the blue one, I'm really happy with the shape. I also love the way that they break in and out of the rock. I think that gives it really some life and action. The entire scene, I think it works. And you can also see that I've added in a bunch of greenery. We have bamboo and leaves and grass, coarse dirt, just to add more details, and also a little bit of a water basin and a waterfall there on the side by the warped worm, just so you know that the wall behind the worms doesn't look as bland anymore and really yeah, give it some life. Oh yeah, and the cliffside there over by the blue worm needs some detailing and work as well, but this is already like a big change in in what kind of a view we used to have from over here. And now when we're crossing the bridge, it means we're coming past that crimson head and we see the rocks flying out as he breaks out of the wall. I think that's pretty awesome. And I also did a little bit, you can see up here, detailing and, you know, decorating with greenery by the mailbox that Drew installed. I'm not really getting any mail anymore though, which is kind of sad. But yeah, we have just a few pots of, you know, carrots growing. We have the bamboo and roses. because yeah, that was definitely a thing I had on my mind for a while, that I wanted to kind of rework the garden. It's not really a garden, but the green area here up by the main base. I don't know what to do with this little corner here yet, maybe a pond, but this is definitely one of what I want to work on next, just so at least that part of this area feels complete. Paths are so important, especially for larger builds that consist of a lot of little components, you know, because they really make you want to explore that build, walk around and actually go on a little adventure and tour and try to look at everything, right? It's a lot more compelling when there's a path you can follow. So here we have a new little one that leads just around one corner of the villa, really. But I think it's really pleasant. We have two new buildings here. There's nothing on the inside, they're just decorative for now. Maybe I'll put in some workstations or just, you know, decorate them a little bit. This open one could also work as a cafe or just a little seating area, right? Let's take a look at it from the other side of our valley. So the main thing that still bothers me is actually that gradient on the left building. It's beautiful. I really love that trick with the bee nests and gold at top, jungle blanks at the bottom. It's a really beautiful gradient, but it stands out so much against the rest of the color palette we have over there. So we'll see if it continues to bother me. I'll probably get rid of it, but I want to give it a little time before I do that. Yeah, but look at this all together. Again, there's still stuff to be done, like decorating the cliffside over by the body of the warped worm, but if we compare this to the beginning, it's such a huge difference already, and I really, yeah, I think I'm actually super happy with it. It's so interesting to look at. We'll have to figure out what we do with the other cliff, because this is a pretty cool scenery now, and I would like, for, you know, we have this little outlook here at the new buildings. Just a small spruce platform, but it would be cool if we actually had a nice view from here as well. That's not gonna happen today though, because the part of my brain that's responsible for coming up with Minecraft builds needs a break. We are back at the zombie zoo that we spent some time at last episode, because there's a quick little thing I wanted to do over here to update my own build, not the collab one with Drew, because we have these mini blocks. We get them from the Wandering Trader, and they're all currently zombie apocalypse themed, so that we can use them for our builds for the competition. And I finally just got a Wandering Trader, and we now have the mini block with the ripped off zombie head that lies on the ground, and you can see that in my inventory. We also have it's a Steve head, he's wearing a zombie mask, you know, to blend in, so that that's his strategy to survive. And I really want to use that hack because I think it's funny. And I'm gonna just replace this zombie villager one with our man with a zombie mask. Yeah, so he's, you know, he's a fake zombie. He's just trying to blend in. And he does a pretty good job actually. From the front you can't really tell. But we know. We're looking at him from the back. We figured out his tricks. Yeah, we just need to make sure to lock it as always. And then we can spread a few of these kind of bloody zombie heads around. It actually looks a lot cooler than the skeleton head, and it also means that I can keep the skeleton head for myself. And let's also put one here into this building. Yeah, there's been some progress made here in the area, which is really exciting. Hicks has almost finished his build, I think, and I really I'm super impressed with it. It's so cool. You can watch his episode to see that. But yeah, here again the zombie build, I'm happy with it, and I'm excited to see how the zombie enclosure will end up looking. I'm actually super excited. This is such a cool project. But yeah, that will do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the worm building and all the detailing and everything we did today. I certainly had fun, and I hope to see you again in the next episode. Goodbye!